Welcome back to The Sages Among Us. I'm Brian Buckley, and we're talking tonight with artist Ruth Chase, who is an artist in residence for the Nevada County Arts Council and the artistic force behind Belonging, a community arts initiative funded through the California Arts Council. So, Ruth, this show is all about people who consciously work to make a positive difference in the community. How would you describe the role or the importance of the arts in supporting a thriving community?
Well, the arts give us an opportunity to not only look at topics differently, they also give us an opportunity to understand or see ourselves more clearly. They can be used to bridge a gap, any gap, meaning that, art talks about all kinds of topics. And so, for instance, you go to take a look at a piece of a painting and you're not really sure what it means or what you see in it. You don't really have to know what the artist intended. Mm-hmm. But in viewing it, you have the opportunity to ask yourself questions. You have the opportunity to wonder about what the meaning of the piece is. And so through those explorations, it helps us connect, it helps us bridge gaps, and it helps us to know ourselves better.
Sounds like you're saying it prods thinking and feeling about something without lecturing or berating or having its own agenda, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a passive. It can be a very passive, gentle way to exploring, or at its best, at least what I try to do, and I think many artists attempt this, is to give an opportunity to look at something. If it's not a different way, it might be a magical way. Mm-hmm. It allows us to dream.
Very nice. Well, with that as almost a philosophical or theoretical framework, tell us about belonging.
Belonging. Belonging's juicy. Or it's kind of dirty. It's kind of dusty.
All the above.
Yeah, Belonging is a project, I have to say, was awarded in part a grant from the California Arts Council to the Nevada County Arts Council, rock on. And I am the lead artist for that, but I'm not working alone. Belonging, the premise behind Belonging is that it examines and gives an opportunity for us to understand how we would find our own sense of belonging, how we find our own sense of belonging through the land. And so there's a social media piece. I like working with social media with these projects. I like the public to inform the work. And I've been working with Radu Sava to create a short film where we have interviewed 10 key figures that live and work in Nevada County, and their sense of purpose is directly related to their belonging to the land. So we hope that this short film will inspire people to look at land and environment differently.
Can you give us an example, or is it premature to discuss one of the subjects?
Oh no, we can discuss the subjects. So there's 10. I'll talk about a few of them. Hold on one second. So let's see, Jonathan Collier. Mm-hmm. We have Rob
Who's been a guest on this show?
Yes, he has. Yes. And by the way, I want to tell you, Brian Buckley, I am in your fan club because I listen to this show all the time. So when I got the call to be on, I was so honored.
Good. Well, thank you. I'm gonna have to, include you in the group of one.
The group of one. I doubt that. So let's see, Rick Berry. He's the founder of Fox Walkers. He's awesome. All of these people are awesome. I can't say enough about them. Jeff Brown, if anybody is familiar with Sage Hen, Truckee is a huge part of this project. We have made, they're Nevada County. They're our sister city.
And that's a research station, right? Having to do with environment and safety.
Right, UC Berkeley Central Sierra Field Research Station, to be exact. Shelley Covert, Shelley Covert is Nevada City Rancheria Nisenan Tribal spokesperson and tribal council member. Love her. If you're listening, Shelley, I love you. Let's see, Nancy Lopez. She's an artist, a visual artist out of Truckee and a director of Trails and Vistas. Elisa Parker, I don't think you know her. Might have heard her name around, obviously.
Yeah, well known here at KVMR.
Yeah, we love her. Philip O. Young, fantastic. He's a descendant of an early Chinese family to immigrate here to Nevada County. Amy Retzler, who's a co-director, Sierra Harvest, and Mike Stewart, who is a retired fire captain, and Rob Thompson, who is a ethical land steward.
So all
they're
will have
awesome.
all will have unique perspectives on land
Yes.
and community and
Yes.
sense of place.
Oh, yeah. I've learned so much. So one thing I should say about these projects that I take on is I know nothing. Like, so I'm a city girl from Los Angeles. I mean, I've been here for a long time and I love the earth. So that's why I picked this project. But I like to pick projects where I can go with the public on the journey to the discovery.
It seems like you have to have a certain amount of confidence to basically lose control. I mean, if you're inviting the public to really be involved and help shape this artistic creation. You mentioned social media. There's an awful lot that it becomes a work in progress, and you might have a vision of an end result, but it can be totally different as a result
Right.
of all this.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a whole lot of confidence with it, but I can say that I'm willing to be vulnerable. Not really easy, but I've been making art in the art world for a long time. So what I do is I just trust the process. That's really what I do. I know that once I get in there, it will lead. And as long as I'm listening and paying attention and staying open, I feel confident. I guess I do feel confident to lead or to be a participant along the way.
2 years down the road, and you've completed all the initially known steps and parts of the Belonging Project. What do you want the impact to be? What's the final goal here in your mind?
Right. With Belonging Project, the goal was always to inspire people to get involved. I found myself behind my own computer and in my studio all the time. And I thought, well, I'm just like a lot of people out there. So what would I need to be inspired? I'd want to hear other stories about how other people have gotten inspired. And I would want it to be part of a conversation where I could. So I do want to say that I ask a question every Saturday morning on the Belonging page.
Oh, so people
On
can
Facebook.
go on Facebook, type in Belonging, find the Belonging page, and there are engagement questions.
Right. If I could give a shout out to the website, all the information's there too.
Great. Well, that was actually going to be one of my questions, and
I'd
certainly
like to
one
ask them for you.
Yeah. If people are inspired or curious about this project, how can they get involved? How can they participate?
Well, first off, how can they participate? They can go to the Nevada County Arts Council website, and that is nevadacountyarts.org, and look up the Belonging Project, or they can go to my website, ruthchase, CHASE.com/belonging.
Great. You know, as a practicing professional artist, do you have any thoughts for other artists or aspiring artists in the community? You know, anything from your experience that would be good advice for others, you think?
I'm glad you asked that. I think one of the things I've discovered in this community for everybody, and I mean most people, obviously not everybody, but is in terms of finding a sense of belonging, it's very easy for us to get fragmented here because we have so much land, property, and miles between us. Renette Senham said something pretty cool to me when I interviewed her about how the importance of a civic gathering space where people run into each other. And of course, this project's not about civic spaces as much, but I really heard that. I thought that was amazing. So the way we have to do it when we live in this rural area is get off our butt and go to a place where other artists or like-minded people are. So whether you're interested in farming or knitting or whatever, but if you're an artist, I would say that, well, actually, we have a meeting coming up, the Nevada County Arts Council, on Thursday the 15th, and you can find that on the website or Facebook or email me. You know how to get a hold of me. But
we do now.
Yeah, exactly. So get a hold of me. I'm all about community, so I do want to hear from you. We have a call to artist for the Belonging Project, and so I would say you have to get involved because, and I'll say this one thing, as one person, you don't have a lot of impact, and especially when you live in a rural community. When you come together, magic happens, and you have to be part of a collective to really make that magic happen. It's not the same as living in a big, thriving urban city, right? Mm-hmm. We're in a rural area, right?
And were you saying that the Arts Council is such a gathering place for artists?
Well, the arts. I say we. I mean, I'm an artist in residence there, so I don't necessarily. I'm not the Arts Council, but the Arts Council is having a artist gathering. If you're an artist of any kind, come to it. It's on Thursday the 15th from 4 to 7. It's at the Elu Gallery. You can find the information online or my website.
Great.